10 easy ways to style your blazer this autumn with those fail-safe fall fashion essentials you've probably already got in your wardrobe. Hello everyone, I hope you've all had a wonderful week and are sitting comfortably and ready for a whole lot of outfit ideas and inspiration for the season ahead with a dedicated styling video. You know me well, I do love a blazer or five, so I thought you might find it helpful to see how I'll be styling mine this autumn with 10 really simple everyday outfits that you can very easily recreate. Don't forget, the best way you can support me and my channel is by liking this video, and if you're not already, please do subscribe for more styling videos like this. So without further ado, let's begin. So in this first outfit idea, I am keeping it very easy indeed and going with a classic combination of white, navy and a hint of olive. I love this color combination. It's actually one of my favorites to wear all year round actually. But there is something particularly autumnal about the navy with the olive. And I think by just adding the white underneath with a t-shirt, a vest top or even a jumper if it's a little bit colder where you are, that just lifts all of the tones and makes it pop a little bit more. Now, although it is blowing a gale out there for me today, I have still got the aircon on, so I would be styling this outfit idea with a pair of sandals. However, if it's a little bit colder than where you are, I would either style it with a pair of ankle boots, perhaps. These ones are particularly dusty, just come out one of the boxes. However, they're in a really nice deep sort of camel, slightly ochre tone. So again, a really nice earthy tone to add into the mix, which I think would work with this outfit idea. They're also suede, which of course ticks one of the big fashion trends. Or you could add a classic pair of white trainers in autumn is always a good idea in my book. But if you can't get away with canvas, if it's got too wet for you already, something a little bit warmer would be to go for cord or perhaps leather instead. I got these ones recently actually for my wardrobe. And they're really handy actually as a great transitional piece as we move into those colder months. And then of course my accessories, I decided to go with a little hint of brown with my belt, my earrings and my bag. However, if you want to make the outfit feel a little bit smarter and even more elevated, I would have a think maybe about a navy handbag and a navy belt, and perhaps to go with that some silver jewelry. I think that would work really nice tone wise. So a very smart casual meeting kind of outfit with this one in a color combination that I really like. Now, when we think about easy ways to style a blazer in autumn, one of the first things that springs to mind for myself when I'm getting dressed is which items am I most comfortable in? And by default, I think lots of us would agree that it's those wardrobe essential pieces that we reach for time and time again. And from that singular essential wardrobe piece, I then build a blazer outfit around it. So take this outfit that I'm wearing, for example. Wide leg trousers for me would absolutely all year actually be a wardrobe essential. I find them super comfy to wear. They always seem to look great. I find them flattering on my shape, and be it in linen or cottons in summer or a blend of wool in winter, I find them incredibly wearable. So that's the base of my outfit. I'm really comfy. I've got a favorite pair of wide leg, high-waisted trousers and a t-shirt. So far, so good. Then when it comes to making that essential outfit, so to speak, into a blazer outfit, I would start thinking about texture. So my trousers I've chosen are wool, so there's definitely a different texture there. They're also pinstripes, so I prefer something plain. So I've gone with a blazer that's actually made from lyocell. So it's got a very slight sheen to it. That fabric makes a really nice contrast against the wool. So it stops the outfit from looking too matchy-matchy, but at the same time, it looks cohesive. So when we look at the outfit as a whole, I feel smart and polished and put together, and it's absolutely something you could wear to the office. And yet at the same time, at its core, it's a really comfy outfit. Now, this next outfit idea is probably a prime example of how layering a blazer within your outfits throughout autumn can be so incredibly handy. I would say it's like my best friend in my wardrobe for this purpose. So let me show you first of all this outfit without the blazer. I love the dress and I love those heels, but I would probably never wear them together like that. For me, it's just too showy. I feel uncomfortable, the dress is a bit tight, and then when you style it with heels, it kind of just accentuates that. So if I was to wear this dress on its own, I would more than likely style it with sandals just to really dress it down a bit and take it away from being too sexy and tight-fitting dress that it is. And equally with these heels, I do like wearing them a lot actually, but often with a maxi dress or with some trousers. So the combination together of just those two alone doesn't work for me personally. However, when I use the blazer as a final layering piece, I find myself back in my happy place. I'm in my comfort zone of my own personal style, because overall it makes the outfit feel more chic and put together, but at the same time a bit more low-key, which is much more my own personal style. So it's a really easy trick that you can do with any of the blazers you've got in your wardrobe, and perhaps a favorite dress that's kind of hanging in the back, not getting anywhere because you don't 100% feel yourself in it. Have a play with the styling, try on some different blazers that you might have in your own wardrobe, because I hazard a guess there's one in there that will work with it and make you feel much more like yourself while you do it. A really easy way to style your blazers this autumn would of course be to add one of the big fashion trends, a little hint of suede. And for me personally, I like to do this both with my handbags but also with my blazers. This one is a fan favorite that I added into my wardrobe last winter, I think, and it's definitely going to be one I will have in there forever. I love it. Now, adding a little bit of suede into your outfit ideas in the form of a blazer does lend itself a little bit towards the nomadic spirit fashion trend. So you're kind of ticking a box for the suede fashion trend and a little bit of the nomadic one at the same time. And then thirdly, actually, while I'm thinking about it, suede automatically just kind of conjures up those bohemian, nomadic, wanderer kind of vibes to me. So you could then run with that theme with your entire outfit. Now, you don't have to go full on 1970s hippie whatsoever, but having a few hints of that look within your outfit idea can have a really nice effect. So with this look, for example, my blazer is in suede, but it's also in brown. So we're ticking another fashion trend box with that. I've kept it really subtle on my top half and just paired it with a classic ecru jumper. That then is looking quite top heavy, as I've got my jumper and my jacket. So a really simple idea is just to tie your hair up out of the way and it kind of lifts up that area. On my bottom half, I wanted to add another hint of the nomadic spirit trend to tie in nicely with that 70s vibe with the suede. So I've gone for my long lace maxi skirt. And this again is an easy way to really maximize your cost per wear of those pieces you might have worn in summer and get more use out of them in autumn and winter as well. I mean, literally, I would keep wearing this all year and just add a pair of tights underneath. And then on my feet, to make it feel a little bit more autumnal, I've gone with my little ankle boots that I showed you earlier. It's still subtle, it's still really wearable, and I'm really comfy at the same time. So whether you decide to go with faux suede or perhaps add a real one into your wardrobe, I can highly recommend having some sort of caramel or chocolate suede in your wardrobe this autumn winter, because within an outfit idea, hopefully you agree, they can have a really, really lovely effect. Now, if there's one autumn or fall essential that I would say is a brilliant investment for your wardrobe, it would definitely be a velvet blazer. I mean, I've got a little bit of an obsession with blazers, as you've probably gathered throughout this video, but there's just something about velvet in autumn winter that feels so lovely and rich and luxurious to wear. And I think they're so incredibly versatile for your outfit ideas. They can literally mix and match with virtually the entirety of my autumn wardrobe. So with this one, as you can see, I've gone for that deep burgundy tone, but in truth, I don't think it really matters which tone you go for, whether it's burgundy or perhaps brown this season, or you just want to go with classic blue or black. I don't think that matters. What does matter, I think, is the quality of velvet you go for. So I'd highly advise saving for this one until you can buy the nicest quality within your own budget, because I think you can really feel it and then you can see it. So burgundy, of course, is ticking one of the fashion trend boxes this season, as it was last autumn winter actually. It's definitely not going away this year either, which is good to see. And it's just such a lovely shade that I found quite surprisingly last winter actually was really easy to integrate into my other outfit ideas. So with this look, I've kept it pretty classic and something for the evening, but a bit more of a chilled evening look, I suppose, and probably a bit of a go-to for me, pairing it with a new favorite pair of high-waisted jeans. These ones have got a very slight flare on the hem, but nothing too fancy dress at all. They're just making a really nice shape at the hem. They are a little bit long, so I've paired them with my high ankle boots, which is probably what I would want to wear on a night out either, so that works perfectly. And then just to introduce a little bit of that lace fashion trend, I've gone with this camisole with that lovely trim around the neckline. I've gone with some slightly bigger gold hoops that make a little bit more of a statement, and just one bangle on my wrist, and then accents of black again to tie in with my shoes, with my belt and then my handbag as well. So it's not brain surgery at all. It's definitely an easy blazer outfit for you to be able to recreate whatever color velvet blazer you might have in your own wardrobe. And when it comes to those everyday default option go-to kind of outfits that I would wear in the evening, it would definitely be something like this. Now, a really easy way to style your blazers this autumn or fall, depending on where you live, would of course be by going with a tonal look. With me today, as you can see, I've gone with beige on beige, which is a personal favorite. But I honestly think whatever color or shade you decide to do as a whole tonal look will work just as nicely. It's really about creating one long column of color within that outfit that instantly just makes those looks feel very elegant and effortless and really put together. And also on top of that, I think color blocking just always looks so polished without actually having to try too hard, which we like. So this time, as you can see, I've opted for a knit underneath this blazer. And obviously, depending on where you live, you could switch that out for an accrued t-shirt, or indeed you could go for a roll neck if it's colder where you are. The effect will still be the same. Blazers, of course, make a perfect final layer for your tonal outfits, as it really just polishes them off perfectly. So I decided to go for this one in accru, obviously to match in the tones, but I also went for this one because of the texture of that blazer. Hopefully you can see here, it's contrasting really nicely against the cotton knit. And then my trousers are a really nice blend of cotton and wool, but they're very smooth. So the combination of those three different textures together contrasts really nicely. I did decide to do little accents of camel within this outfit, which I think just adds a little special something to it. But again, a lot like the shades you decide to go for with the color blocking itself, equally accents of black would work with this. I think navy would look really nice, perhaps even a hint of olive. When you're wearing a full accru outfit, it does make it particularly easy actually to choose an accent shade that you want to add into the mix. Now, when it gets to autumn, my camel blazer is probably my hardest working blazer in my entire wardrobe. And actually, if I had to get rid of them all, I think it would be this one that I would have to keep as my favorite. I absolutely love it. It's one of my OG ones that I bought a very long time ago, and I've worn it so many times I can't even count. So I wanted to share with you a really easy way to style your blazers this autumn or fall, even when you're wearing a very chilled out basic outfit underneath. Because I'll often wear this one with a pretty blouse or my high-waisted jeans or something quite elevated and smart looking. But honestly, I find blazers just so incredibly handy. Even on those days when I'm kind of rushing around and suddenly I need to look smart and I'm kind of running out the door, I'll throw a blazer over the top and voila, my outfit looks put together, which is kind of what I'm putting together with this outfit idea. So looking at some of my basic favorite staple pieces I've got in my wardrobe, I'm wearing a pair of classic black trousers. These are a little bit more slim fitting, which definitely suits the trends this season. And for the minute, while we can hopefully around the world still get away with it, bare ankles and ballet flats on my feet. Then on my top half, just pairing it with a really casual but favorite jumper I've got in my wardrobe. This one has been made from organic cotton, and in all honesty, it's just a bit of a default setting. I'm cold, I'll stick that jumper on. I love this one. So as you can see, using this camel blazer as the finishing layer instantly makes this outfit look put together and look intentional actually. So it could originally look like I haven't really put much thought into my outfit, and yet add that blazer and suddenly I look like I have. So whether you have this particular blazer or this jumper, or you have something completely different, the theory is still the same. Using your blazer as a final layer, however casual or low-key your outfit is underneath, will always elevate that outfit. And actually, when I think about it, it's a trick that I do a lot of the time, even if I've just worked out, maybe thrown a hoodie over the top, but need to run out the door and look smart. A blazer over the top, that sorts it out instantly. Now, in the same way, I utilize my blazers to really dress up a very basic staple outfit idea. I can also switch that, and by adding in pieces that are super casual, manage to dress down some of my more polished blazers as well. So for example, this particular blazer that I'm wearing is very elevated. It's a beautiful tuxedo style blazer, and actually it's got a matching waistcoat, and I do have a pair of suit trousers to finish the three-piece set. But today I really wanted to show you how you can get more wear out of some of those smarter blazers you might have in your wardrobe too, by simply pairing it with something super casual on your bottom half. So in this outfit idea, as you can see, I've just paired it with a favorite pair of black wash jeans. These ones are almost grey, as you can see, but obviously that works really nicely with black. They're quite high-waisted and nip in really nicely, very comfortable actually. And hopefully you agree, the casualness of the jeans contrasted with the tuxedo style of the blazer and waistcoat makes a really nice twist. It makes a good juxtaposition between the two different styles. I have gone for little ankle boots on my feet, but equally those high heels that I was wearing earlier with the dress, I would wear those with this outfit idea. So yes, hopefully that shows it's not just about dressing up some of your loungewear or your super casual outfits, but also you can flip that on its head and dress down some of your more tailored blazers depending on what you wear on your bottom half. So some of you might already know this is a new skirt that I've recently added into my wardrobe. So I've been having a little bit of a play with the styling with this one, mixing and matching it with pieces I've already got, just to make sure I'm going to get my cost per wear out of it. And I absolutely think I will. And of course, not only does it work really nicely with knitwear, but it also happens to work, in my humble opinion, with a blazer really nicely. I think it's a nice mixture actually between, the skirt being quite sheer and a tiny bit sexy and something a little bit different, and then toning it down and bringing it back into a tailored overall look. I think it's that contrast between those two styles that I personally really like. It feels very on trend, but it doesn't feel too trendy as such. It's not trying too hard. And overall, it's a really comfy outfit to wear that I think makes a statement in a nice way. So hopefully you agree. So as you can see here, I have paired it with a favorite cashmere cardigan in the light gray. And I think texture-wise, that contrasts really nicely against the sheen of the blazer, and of course against the sheerness with the skirt. Now with me opting for a slouchy cardigan and then the blazer, it does give a bit more of an overall high-low kind of look. If however you want to go a little bit more classic or dress up the outfit a bit more, I would suggest going for, say, just a simple cashmere crew neck on your top half. In grade 2, if you wanted to keep with that theme, but equally, say your blazer is in camel and you've got a camel cashmere sweater, I think that would work just as nicely. So I've gone for these little heels on my feet, which are Old Faithfuls I've got in my wardrobe. I do think going for a really neutral heel would equally have the same effect. You don't have to go with sandals if you don't have them or it's too cold where you are. And then equally, actually thinking as we get into those colder months too, this is the sort of outfit that would work really nicely, I think, with a pair of knee-high boots. So lots and lots of options with this one. Hopefully you like it too. It's probably a bit of a Marmite look, I realize that. However, for me personally, I absolutely love it and would definitely wear it. If you're looking for some easy ways to style your own blazer this autumn 2025, I can highly recommend you do a navy and brown combination. I love navy and brown together. It's one of my absolute favorite color combinations, and I think it always looks really chic, very elevated, no matter what kind of piece you're adding into that outfit. It's just a very soft color combination. It feels really natural. It blends well together. For me personally, it goes against my skin tone and my very blonde hair at the minute. Plus, on top of that, this blazer is actually a firm favorite and has been for a few years in my own wardrobe. So it is another incentive to style it like this. And of course, the obvious choice with this particular pair of trousers would be to style them with a brown blazer, or perhaps going matchy-matchy with this tone. And I have got a suede jacket that's exactly the same. And I would absolutely wear it like that, but I also really like the contrast of styling them against blue. Texture as well. Obviously, we've got leather on my trousers and it feels like cotton, but I have a feeling this blazer is wool on my top half. And then keeping the outfit transitional style for those 4 seasons in one day that we often have in the UK and abroad, I have gone with this open work detail jumper just to get a little bit of breathability through that as well at the same time. Obviously, as it gets colder, you could switch out that for something a little bit thicker or roll neck. They would all work perfectly too. And actually, if you wanted to top and tail with the color, you could wear a brown jumper similar in tone to the trousers on your top half as well, and just let that final layer be in the navy instead. So overall, looking at this outfit idea, it is very much a nod towards the Parisian style that I personally love so much. So a really comfortable outfit for me that feels very much within my own personal style, and equally is a really easy one for you to recreate from pieces you've probably got in your own wardrobe. Well, that was a whole lot of outfit ideas, and actually a good reminder for me too as well, to just remember how very versatile blazers really can be in your own wardrobe. And in fact, actually, I probably could have made this into 20 easy ways to style your blazer this season, but alas, the sunshine has come out and I definitely need a cup of tea. So we'll stop there for now, but perhaps for another time. As always, it's really lovely to hear from you all and have a little bit of a chit chat. So please do join in the conversation in the comments below. Which of the outfits I've shared today would be your own personal style? Or if you can't pick a favorite, just say hi. It's always lovely to hear from you all. So I shall see you all in the comments, and thank you so much for watching. I really hope you found today's video helpful. See you in a bit.